So Twitch should be friendlier to YouTubers. I'm thinking about this lately with regards to this was my main discussion, but I could probably just read off the slides and say most of what I'd want to say anyways. So with the war between red and purple heating up, we know that YouTube is working on features that are going to improve their streaming offerings. Twitch needs to really take a good long look at exactly how so much of Twitch streamers' growth and even advice that's being given by multiple commentators is actually directing talent and potential talent away from the platform. Here's the question, though. If YouTube figures out some of the shortcomings to their own streaming platform, if YouTube figures all of this out, then what happens when people just want to do everything on YouTube? Twitch needs to figure something out. Multiple commentators already talk about bringing audiences over from YouTube. And what this does, potential talent is diverted away from the business and the ads that can be served for ad revenue. So part of what goes on with all of this is that part of Twitch's viability as a place that people want to do stuff on is dependent upon off-platform activity. So all of those Twitch streamers that have YouTube channels that they upload highlights to or something else, or maybe they make real YouTube videos on the side when they're not streaming. So a sizable chunk of the potential talent and whatnot is coming over from YouTube. Now, I'm saying this because I might be mixing this up with one of Mixer's old promos from before, or Mixer's old policies from before they shut down. But I think I remember reading somewhere that people can go straight to Twitch Partner if they already have a substantial presence on something else. Like, for example, I think wasn't Project Melody that way? Or I think she's affiliate? I don't know. But we're looking at Ven here. Ven found a way to get partnered, even though there's not much that's going on with them right now. So probably some negotiations involved, things like that. So I'll have to do some digging and see what's going on with that. But here's the thing. Twitch needs to give YouTubers compelling reasons to use their platform specifically before YouTube gets their stuff together. Because once YouTube gets everything together, the game is up. It's all over. Twitch is relegated to a second-rate, crappier version of YouTube, much in the same position as many of YouTube's competitors. So when it comes to trying to get YouTubers to run Twitch streams, YouTubers may start from scratch on streaming, like I did, but they are not starting from scratch with content creation. If somebody's been making videos for a couple of years and they decide to start streaming, it's not like someone who's brand new. See, I read things like the Twitch affiliate requirements and stuff, and obviously that's supposed to gate things so that the ad revenue doesn't get spread too thin. But the issue here is, if Twitch is not the place where you can grow, how exactly are you supposed to get to 3 concurrent viewers? That's the thing. The differences between the haves and the have-nots on Twitch are more pronounced than the haves and the have-nots on YouTube. And furthermore, YouTubers, they may have some good habits when on camera that Twitch can benefit from. Like, for example, show flow, which we have down here. Twitch should be trying to poach YouTubers because a video upload environment encourages good streaming habits versus people who develop their followings by streaming. You can tell the difference between a YouTuber who started streaming and somebody who's a straight-up streamer. And show flow has to do with a lot of that stuff. Not to mention knowing how to use a video editor, knowing some effects like green screening and things like that. Being able to use a video editor translates into more production value with OBS without having to buy graphics packages, which puts streams at risk of looking too similar. So one of the things that graphics artists who sell stream formats have to consider is how you don't genericize streams because they all have the same theme to them. But the big one that Twitch needs to pay very close attention to when it comes to getting YouTubers to start streaming on Twitch is show flow. Show flow means that whenever something's going on, you are constantly trying to entertain your audience. You're trying to keep things going. This is something I've known about since college radio. They said your show needs to have a flow to it. They never could explain it very well, but it was easier to listen to shows that had it versus shows that don't. Show flow in a streaming environment will cut down on the amount of stalling that I keep hearing all of these big streamers bragging about, when in reality they're just covering for things that aren't working right in their stream. Like when they go live and, oh, this camera's not working, pause, champ, and then they're messing with the camera for the first 15 minutes of the stream or whatnot, trying to get it to work right, something along those lines. But there's one of the ongoing problems with Twitch right now is that they have way too many hours streamed versus hours watched. They are the worst in the industry when it comes to the ratio of hours streamed versus hours watched. Part of the hours streamed being way too high is all of these streamers with terrible show flow. But because they have large followings, they can literally do whatever on camera, and they'll get viewers, donos, the whole 9 yards. It's crazy. But this serves as something that these big streamers have no real compelling reason to address. Just like Twitch's advertising system. Big streamers technically can run ads when they do the infamous leave the camera pointing at their chair thing, because they have to walk away for a couple minutes. I'd love to see Twitch program an algorithm that automates the ad breaks, so that if it detects that the camera's pointing at a chair and nothing's happening in the camera version of it, then an ad break runs. Because right now the streamers have to run ads themselves, and I don't think it works very well. I don't think it's helping much with whatever revenue Twitch can bring in versus YouTube. Whereas on YouTube, unless you pay for the ad-free experience, you'll get ads on a regular basis no matter what, but you'll at least have a skip button. When you're dealing with media like this, even old media like radio, advertising dollars are really the lifeblood of the ecosystem. It's how the places pay their bills. YouTube certainly reminds me of that sort of thing, and Twitch to a lesser extent. Now we get to the bottom of the slide here. And this is the reason why I'm having this discussion in the first place, because when I think of the hours I put into streaming, only to get nowhere, not even get affiliate, we have opportunity cost. And this is the biggest reason why people like YouTubers are going to bounce from Twitch and go back to YouTube for everything, especially when YouTube gets their stuff together. The opportunity cost. It's an economics term that refers to something you don't spend money on. If you have $1 in your pocket and that dollar can buy an apple or an orange, and you choose to buy the apple, the opportunity cost is the orange. Now, opportunity cost is often mentioned in ways that does not involve money, like how you use your time management. And so the question is, the time you spend on XYZ, what else could you have done with it? And so if you have somebody who is established on YouTube and they're trying to become a Twitch streamer and getting nowhere, like me, you have a risk of a bounce of talent and losing out on good talent, because quite simply someone who's established on another platform isn't getting hardly little, if any, translation to the other platform. I can tell you, some of the things I've heard from people since coming over to Twitch, they are upset with me because they are the kinds of people who will never give Twitch a chance. Never. There are people out there who, because of the whole girly girl streamer thing, think that Twitch is a softcore porn site. A little Bomb Chicka Wow Wow reference there, but it's obviously wrong. Twitch has policies against nudity. It's in the TOS. But the similarities to the old YouTube reply girls have caused people to think that they don't want to even bother watching this. Oh, just a bunch of girls showing their boobs or their cleavage or whatever, and they're getting all the views. So it sucks. And then there's the people that will never give Twitch a chance because they think it's 100% gaming, never mind what's happened with just chatting. And there's people that won't give Twitch a chance because of stuff that happened a couple of years ago during the heydays of IRL streaming. So there are people who have said straight up to my face, no matter what I do over here, they will never give it a chance. Never. Because they hate Twitch. So, opportunity cost. When YouTubers spend a ton of time trying to become a streamer and getting nowhere because of Twitch's inferior technology and discoverability, what else could they have done with that time? Because I'll tell you, the months I've spent streaming and not even getting Twitch affiliate because I can't hit 3 concurrent viewers because I barely get anything besides a lurker, when I do this stuff, that could have turned into a lot of YouTube videos, which could eventually develop into a passive income. Ultimately, these problems are a deterrent to YouTubers giving Twitch a serious effort, right as YouTube is trying to ramp up their streaming options. We know they're working on things like raids. Their engineers are focused on the things that Twitch already does well. They want to have the ability for creators to introduce other creators. Many of the features we saw in that latest Creator Insider video are things that Twitch streamers should be very familiar with. So, if Twitch does nothing, the upcoming red-purple online media war will. It's just like the demographics question for businesses. Who do you want to attract? Who do you want to repulse? If you don't answer that question, circumstance is going to answer it for you, and you might not like the answer. So, Twitch right now, they have an export feature, which makes it easy to send stuff to YouTube, yes. But there are numerous commentators out there that will tell you to leave the platform. And this is the part that I find, because you're not going to grow on Twitch, you got to bring your Twitch audience from somewhere else. As if YouTube can't get aggressive with content that is moving people away from YouTube. Really now. Here's a little something I was thinking of before I tweeted at, or maybe when I was tweeting Twitch support for like, hey, is there a way to bypass to affiliate if you're already established on YouTube? Similar to things I've heard about partners who went straight to partner. So we'll see if they ever respond. My guess is they won't. Which would make them, by the way, less responsive than Team YouTube over on Twitter. But here's something to think about. You have these commentators on Twitch that are partnered, and they're telling people to leave Twitch. So, you have these people. Let me say that again in less Twitch-specific terms. A media business has business partners that they are paying money to that are encouraging part of the customer base to go to a competing media business. Outside of Twitch, where in the world of business would anything like this ever be tolerated? Imagine if McDonald's did this. Imagine if McDonald's had business partners that were telling parts of McDonald's customer base to go to Burger King. How long do you think that would last? Imagine if Coca-Cola's team had business partners they were paying money to. Coca-Cola business partners. And these people were telling part of Coca-Cola's customer base to go drink Pepsi. How long do you think that would last? How long? And yet it is standard fare with Twitch. You have commentators who talk about how all of this stuff works or how to grow your channel or whatever, and they're saying, yeah, leave Twitch, go to YouTube, make YouTube videos and bring your audience back to Twitch with you. Go to the competition. Right as the competition, the sleeping giant is waking up. Yeah. The minute YouTube fixes this, Twitch is in big, big trouble. Because the problem with having a stagnant talent pool is that something's always going to happen to your talents that'll eventually lead to them leaving or becoming less popular. In this industry, you're always looking for the next big thing. Always. And so anything that keeps people from wanting to amount to something on Twitch is a major problem for all of this. So yeah, Twitch should be friendlier to YouTubers. I'm actually going to save this slide. We shall see if this changes when YouTube starts beefing things up and gobbling up even more market share. I am very curious, especially when this new stuff that YouTube's engineers are rolling out, when that stuff goes live, what does that do to the Q3 numbers for Streamlabs and Stream Hatchet? for market share and things along those lines within the online streaming world. How much market share does Twitch have to lose before they start taking a very serious look at these fundamental problems with their platform?